Chosen one, you were not pulled into this moment by accident, nor did you stumble upon this message by chance. There is a pattern unfolding around you, subtle yet undeniable, like a whisper echoing through time calling your name. Something ancient is stirring within your path, something that feels both unfamiliar and deeply known. You have felt it in the silence between your thoughts, in the sudden shifts, in the unexplainable endings and beginnings. This is not confusion. This is alignment. You are standing at the edge of a reset, a moment where everything begins again, but differently. Chosen one, the first sign that the universe is restarting your fate is disruption. Not the kind that simply disturbs your comfort, but the kind that dismantles everything you once thought was stable. Things begin to fall apart without warning. Relationships, plans, identities you once carried with certainty. It feels chaotic, almost cruel, as if the ground beneath you is no longer solid. But look closer. This is not destruction for the sake of loss. It is a clearing. The universe does not rebuild on weak foundations. What is leaving your life was never meant to carry you into your next chapter. You are not being punished. You are being prepared. You begin to notice that what once worked no longer works. Your old habits feel heavy, your routines feel meaningless, and even the things that once brought you joy now feel distant. This is the second sign. The disconnect is intentional. The universe is pulling you away from outdated versions of yourself. You are being asked to release who you were so you can step into who you are becoming. And yes, it feels uncomfortable because growth is not meant to feel familiar. It is meant to stretch you beyond recognition. Then comes the third sign, heightened awareness. Suddenly, you see things you never noticed before. Patterns reveal themselves. People's intentions become clearer without them saying a word. You feel energy shift in rooms, in conversations, in silence. This is not your imagination. Your perception is sharpening because your role is changing. The chosen do not walk blindly. They see beyond appearances. And with this awareness comes responsibility. The responsibility to trust what you sense, even when it defies logic. Chosen one, the fourth sign is isolation. You may feel like you are drifting away from everyone, even those closest to you. Conversations feel shallow, connections feel forced, and solitude becomes your most honest companion. This is not loneliness. This is separation for elevation. The universe often isolates those it is preparing, not to punish them, but to remove distractions. In solitude, you hear your true voice. In silence, you remember who you are without the noise of the world shaping your identity. And then there is the fifth sign, unexpected opportunities appearing in the midst of uncertainty. Just when things seem unclear, doors begin to open in strange and unpredictable ways. These opportunities may not look like what you expected. In fact, they may feel risky, unfamiliar, even inconvenient. But they carry a certain pull, a quiet knowing that you cannot ignore. This is how the universe guides you, not through comfort, but through alignment. You are not meant to stay where it is safe. You are meant to go where you are called. The sixth sign is the resurfacing of the past. Old memories, old wounds, even old people may reappear in your life. It may feel like you are moving backward, like progress is being undone. But this is not regression. It is resolution. The universe is giving you one final chance to confront what you avoided, to heal what you suppressed, to release what you carried for too long. You cannot step into your new fate while still holding on to unresolved fragments of your old one. Chosen one, the seventh sign is an inner knowing that cannot be explained. It does not shout, it whispers. It does not demand, it guides. It is a quiet certainty that something bigger is unfolding, even when you cannot see the full picture. This knowing becomes your anchor when everything else feels uncertain. It is the voice of alignment, the signal that you are exactly where you need to be, even if it does not make sense yet. And as these signs unfold, you begin to understand something deeper. This restart is not about becoming someone new. It is about remembering who you were before the world told you who to be. The universe is not adding to you, it is stripping away everything that is not truly yours. Every disruption, every moment of confusion, every unexpected shift is part of a greater design. You may question it, you may resist it, you may even try to hold on to what is slipping away. But the more you resist, the heavier it feels. The moment you surrender, the moment you trust the process, something shifts. The chaos begins to make sense. The uncertainty begins to feel purposeful, and you realize that what once felt like an ending is actually a beginning in disguise. Chosen one, you are not losing control. You are being redirected. The path you were on was not aligned with your highest potential, and the universe intervened. Not to harm you, but to guide you. Not to break you, but to rebuild you in a way that aligns with your true purpose. There will be moments where you feel like giving up, where the weight of transformation feels too heavy to carry. But understand this: you were not chosen for an easy path. You were chosen for a meaningful one. And meaning is forged through challenge, through growth, through the willingness to step into the unknown without guarantees. You are being reshaped in ways you cannot yet fully comprehend. Your mindset is shifting. Your values are evolving. Your vision is expanding. What once seemed important begins to fade, and what truly matters begins to rise. This is not confusion. This is clarity emerging through contrast. And slowly, almost quietly, you begin to notice that you are no longer reacting the same way you used to. Situations that once triggered you now feel different. You pause more. You reflect more. You choose differently. This is transformation in motion. It does not happen all at once. It unfolds in layers, in moments, in choices that seem small but carry immense power. The universe does not rush this process. It unfolds it with precision. Every delay, every detour, every unexpected turn is intentional. You are being guided, even when it feels like you are lost. You are being supported, even when it feels like you are alone. And as you continue walking this path, you begin to sense that something within you is awakening. A strength you did not know you had. A clarity you did not know you could access. A resilience that surprises even you. This is your true self rising through the layers of everything you were taught to be. Chosen one, the restart of your fate is not a single moment. It is a process. A series of shifts that align you with a version of your life that is more authentic, more purposeful, more aligned with who you truly are. And the more you embrace it, the more you trust it, the more you allow it to unfold without forcing outcomes, the more you begin to see that nothing is random. Every experience, every connection, every challenge is part of a larger pattern that is guiding you towards something greater than you imagined. You are not starting over. You are starting correctly. Chosen one. And as you begin to accept that truth, something even deeper unfolds within you. An awareness that this restart is not just external, it is cellular, energetic, woven into the very fabric of your being. You are not simply changing your circumstances, you are recalibrating your entire existence. The thoughts you once entertained no longer feel like home. The fears that once controlled you begin to lose their grip. Even your sense of identity starts to dissolve, not into emptiness, but into expansion. You may find yourself questioning everything: your purpose, your direction, your past decisions. This is not a sign of being lost. It is a sign of awakening. The old version of you operated on borrowed beliefs, inherited patterns, and unconscious reactions. But now, you are being invited to become intentional, to choose your path consciously, to define yourself from within rather than allowing the world to define you from the outside. And this is where many hesitate, because stepping into your true self requires letting go of illusions that once felt safe. It requires you to release attachments to outcomes, to people, to identities that no longer align. It asks you to trust something unseen, something that cannot be fully explained or predicted. And trust, chosen one, is the bridge between where you are and where you are meant to be. There will be moments where the silence feels louder than the noise ever did. Moments where nothing seems to be happening, where progress feels invisible. But do not mistake stillness for stagnation. Beneath the surface, everything is shifting. Roots are growing. Foundations are strengthening. The universe often works in silence before it reveals its masterpiece. You are being taught patience, not the kind that waits passively, but the kind that remains grounded in uncertainty, the kind that continues forward without immediate validation, because your journey is not meant to be validated by others. It is meant to be realized by you. Chosen one, another layer of this transformation reveals itself through your relationships. You begin to see clearly who aligns with your growth and who resonates with your past. Some people will drift away naturally, without conflict or explanation. Others may resist your change, trying to pull you back into the version of you they are comfortable with. But understand this, not everyone is meant to walk with you into your next chapter. This realization can be painful. Letting go is rarely easy, especially when it involves connections that once meant everything to you. But holding on to what no longer aligns will only delay your evolution. You are not meant to carry everyone with you. You are meant to honor what was, and release it with awareness. As you do this, space begins to open, and in that space, something new emerges. New connections, new ideas, new opportunities that resonate with your evolving frequency. These are not coincidences. They are reflections of who you are becoming. The universe responds to alignment, not desperation. You may also notice that your intuition becomes stronger, clearer, more precise. Decisions that once required overthinking now feel instinctive. You begin to trust your inner voice without needing external confirmation. This is a powerful shift, because when you trust yourself, you become unshakable. You are no longer dependent on circumstances to feel certain. Your certainty comes from within, but with this power comes a test, the test of consistency. It is one thing to awaken, and another to remain aligned. The universe will present situations that challenge your growth, not to break you, but to strengthen your commitment to your new path. You will be asked to choose differently, even when it feels difficult, to respond with awareness rather than reaction, to stand firm in your truth, even when it is not understood. Chosen one, understand this clearly: your growth will not always be comfortable. In fact, it will often feel like you are outgrowing everything at once. But this discomfort is temporary. It is the friction that shapes you, the pressure that refines you, the fire that transforms you. There is also a moment in this journey where you begin to detach from outcomes. You stop chasing, forcing, and controlling. You begin to move with intention, but without attachment. This is where true power lies, because when you are not attached to outcomes, you are free. Free to act, free to create, free to experience life without fear of loss. And in that freedom, you begin to notice something extraordinary. Things start to flow, not because life becomes perfect, but because you are no longer resisting it. You move with the current rather than against it. You trust the timing rather than rushing the process. You allow things to unfold rather than forcing them into existence. Chosen one, this is alignment. This is what it means to walk in sync with the universe. It is not about controlling everything. It is about understanding your role within the greater design. You are not here to struggle endlessly. You are here to evolve consciously, to experience life with awareness, intention, and purpose. And this restart, this Genesis, is your invitation to do exactly that. There will be moments where clarity comes suddenly, like a flash of insight that changes everything. And there will be moments where clarity unfolds slowly, revealing itself piece by piece. Both are necessary. Both are part of the process. You may also feel a pull towards something new, an idea, a passion, a direction that excites and intimidates you at the same time. This is not random. This is guidance. The things that call you forward are often aligned with your purpose. But purpose is not something you find all at once. It is something you build step by step through action and awareness. An action, chosen one, is essential. Awareness without action leads to stagnation. You are being called not only to understand your transformation, but to embody it. To take steps, however small, toward the life that resonates with your true self. You do not need to have everything figured out. You only need to take the next step, and then the next, and then the next. The path reveals itself as you walk it. There is also a deeper layer to this restart that many overlook. The healing of your inner world. Old wounds, fears, insecurities may surface unexpectedly. This is not regression, it is release. What rises is asking to be acknowledged, understood, and let go. Do not suppress it. Do not run from it. Face it with awareness, because within those wounds are lessons, and within those lessons is freedom. Healing is not about forgetting the past. It is about transforming your relationship with it. As you heal, you reclaim parts of yourself that were once lost. Your confidence strengthens. Your self-worth stabilizes. Your sense of identity becomes clearer. You no longer seek validation from external sources because you have cultivated it within. Chosen one. This is the moment where you begin to realize that everything you went through had a purpose. The challenges, the setbacks, the confusion, they were not random. They were preparing you for this transformation. Nothing was wasted. Every experience added to your awareness. Every challenge strengthened your resilience. Every ending made space for a new beginning. And now, as you stand in this moment of transition, you begin to see your life differently. Not as a series of disconnected events, but as a coherent journey unfolding with intention. You are no longer reacting to life. You are participating in it consciously. And as this awareness deepens, you begin to understand that your role is not just to transform yourself, but to influence the world around you. Your growth impacts others. Your awareness creates ripple effects. Your presence carries energy that extends beyond what you can see. You do not need to force this influence. It happens naturally as you align with your true self. The more authentic you become, the more you inspire others to do the same. Chosen one, this is how change spreads, not through force, but through embodiment. And as you continue to walk this path, you will encounter moments that test your faith in the process. Moments where things do not go as planned. Moments where doubt tries to resurface. In those moments, remember this: you have already come too far to go back to who you were. The path forward may be uncertain, but it is aligned. The discomfort you feel is temporary, but the growth it brings is permanent. You are not alone in this journey, even if it feels that way at times. The universe is guiding you through every step, every shift, every transformation. You may not always see the full picture, but you are always moving within it. And slowly, steadily, You begin to feel a sense of peace that does not depend on circumstances, a sense of clarity that does not require constant reassurance, a sense of purpose that is not defined by external success. This is the beginning of true alignment. Not the absence of challenges, but the presence of inner stability regardless of them. Chosen one, the Genesis is not just a restart. It is a rebirth of your awareness, your identity, your path. And as you continue forward, you will begin to notice that the life you are creating feels different, more intentional, more aligned, more authentic. Not because everything is perfect, but because you are no longer trying to fit into a life that was never meant for you. You are creating a life that reflects who you truly are, and that, chosen one, is where everything begins to shift in ways you never thought possible. Chosen one, and now you stand at a threshold where everything within you recognizes that there is no return to the old path. Not because you are forbidden from going back, but because you have outgrown it in ways that cannot be undone. The awareness you now carry will not allow you to shrink yourself again, will not allow you to pretend you do not see what has been revealed. This is the quiet power of transformation. It does not demand attention, yet it changes everything. You begin to move differently now. Not rushed, not desperate, but deliberate. Your choices carry intention. Your words carry weight. Your silence carries understanding. You are no longer reacting to life's noise. You are responding from a place of clarity. And even when uncertainty appears, it no longer shakes you the way it once did. Because deep within, you know something that cannot be taken from you. You are aligned. The fear that once held you back begins to dissolve, not because fear disappears completely, but because it no longer leads you. You feel it, you acknowledge it, but you do not obey it. This is mastery. This is what happens when you stop running from yourself and start standing within your truth. You become steady, even in motion. You become certain, even without all the answers. And as this steadiness grows, you start to recognize the quiet rewards of your journey. Not loud victories or sudden miracles, but subtle shifts that change your entire experience of life. Peace where there was once chaos. Clarity where there was once confusion. Strength where there was once doubt. These are the true markers of your transformation. Chosen one, understand this final truth. The universe was never against you. Every delay, every redirection, every moment that felt like loss was part of a greater alignment guiding you here. You were being shaped, refined, prepared for a version of your life that requires the awareness you now hold. You are no longer searching for your path. You are walking it, and with every step, you are not just moving forward, you are becoming.